Kuhner Show on 570 WTNT, the last honest man in Washington. 301-984-9570 is the number, 301-984-9570. My friends, our dear leader has now opened up part of the eastern coast to offshore drilling, especially off of Virginia, maybe parts of the eastern Gulf of Mexico. He's calling now for the building of a new generation of nuclear power plants to help wean us off our dependence on foreign oil. Do you support President Obama's new drilling policy? And why do you think Obama is now reaching out to Republicans? He says these are popular ideas that will create jobs and help get us off our reliance on foreign oil. The GOP slogan throughout all the 2008 campaign was drill, baby, drill. Do you support it? And why do you think Obama is doing it now? 301-984-9570. Let's go to Steve from conservativemonster.com. Steve, welcome to the Kuhner Show.
Jeff, I feel that this is just another distraction, another lie. He's trying to calm down the fury that's still going around from the healthcare reform, takeover, really. And you know what? I want your opinion on this. It's sort of like a wife beater. This is how they get the wife to come back. They give you, right? You think about it. One day they're attacking you. The next day they're your friend. They're giving you flowers.
Yeah, they buy you flowers, get you a little chocolate.
This is
say, "I love you, baby."
That's it. So these tactics, what they're doing, this is all part of the communist plot. It confuse people. He's our friend. He's our enemy. He's our friend. It's back and forth, a tug of war. Really, we all know their goal is to undermine the economy, not make it stronger. This has been the communist goal for many years. Jan Sejna, he was a defector that was poisoned by the Russians back in the 90s, and he even said in his book, "We Will Bury You," that the first sign of communist infiltration into the Congress is when they refuse to let the United States drill for oil because they want to keep the economy weak. He was poisoned by the Russians. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
No, I'm not. But, Steve, listen, I've heard... I know the communists have continued to infiltrate this country. We know the Russian FSB, what they're now called, the successor to the KGB, have agents active throughout this nation. We know that Obama is a Marxist-Leninist. There's no denying that fact. He studied under Marxist-Leninists. He read Marxist-Leninists. He hung around with Marxist-Leninists in his youth. He hung around with Marxist-Leninists when he was a community organizer in Chicago. He's now surrounded himself with radicals in the White House, and he's implementing a socialist revolution. And I agree with you, Mike. I think a lot of this is, it's a feint. It's a sleight of hand. There's no question about it. Look, what is one of the most popular things anybody can do right now? Say you're going to drill for more oil. Now, why is Obama doing this? I think for two reasons. I think, one, there's no getting around it. The price of gas is soaring. I don't know about you. I don't know how things are up there in New York, Mike, where you're from. Sorry, Steve, where you're from. I know a lot of other people who are calling from New York are telling me that gas prices in New York are soaring. I got to tell you, in Washington, where I live, it's gone through the roof. I have to pay $50 now to fill up my tank. It keeps going up and up and up. And they know that they have failed to create jobs. They know that the economy is plummeting. They know that the stimulus package hasn't worked. They know that the health care bill is unpopular. So what other option do they have? Well, let's try to relieve some of the pressure on supply by pushing for a little bit of offshore drilling. Now, they won't open up the whole western coast because that's where most of the environmentalists are. They don't want to open up Alaska, which is where really our oil reserves are located. That they're going to leave alone because they don't want to anger the environmentalist wing of their party, the wacko green, the green police in their own party. No, that they don't want to alienate. But they need to start trying to lower gas prices. The second thing is, Steve, you touched on it. This is a way to try to co-opt some Republicans and make Obama seem moderate, centrist, reasonable. It's a political ploy to make him come across as bipartisan. So people can try to forget what they just did to us with health care. Now, what they don't understand is, listen, we won't. I won't forget it. You won't forget it. The Tea Party movement won't forget it. And most of Middle America won't forget it. Now, I just have to be very honest with you. I know how politically cynical this White House is. But in all honesty, do I think we should be drilling for oil off of the coast of Virginia? Yes. Do I think we should be having more nuclear power plants built in America? Yes. These are baby steps, but they're good steps. And so when he does something, for whatever the reason, no matter how ulterior the motive, if he does something positive, look, I'm going to speak truth to power. I'm not going to oppose him even when he does something right. If he comes out tomorrow and says, I have a conversion, and I now suddenly believe that unborn children have a right to be defended and protected under the law, and I'm going to repeal federal funding for abortion, and I'm going to turn on Roe v. Wade, I'll support him. I don't think he would. He's such a Marxist, he would never come to that conclusion. In fact, he's going to do the opposite. He's trying to accelerate the murder of unborn children. But the fact of the matter is, on this one, on these small baby steps, Obama has it right. And so in all good conscience, I have to say, when he's right, he's right. But my friends, don't fall for it. He is not tacking to the center. He is not tacking to the middle. This is a ploy to co-opt Republicans and make you believe that he's a centrist, when in fact he is a radical leftist who has no idea how to fix our economy. This is Jeff Kuhner on 570 WTNT. Do you support Obama's new drilling policy? Why do you think he's doing it? 301-984-9570. We'll be right back after this break. This is Jeff Kuhner, liberalism's worst nightmare.